Hey guys, it's Jason Wampler with another episode of the Rocket Minute. We're building another rocket today, but I'm so excited because this is rare material. This is PVC. It's 1 1/4 inch diameter, and guess what else? I actually went through the trouble of getting NC60 nose cones. Not one, not two, but 3 of them. Special ordered from back east, overnighted. Took a week to get here, and I'm so excited because look, we can have an Estes nose cone on one of our rockets. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking if we can find more of this material, we can make more of these. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys with details, but I got this stuff. I'm going to use the whole 10-foot length, and I got to tell you, it's going to be really cool. Anyway, I just cut this piece, sanded it, regular sanded it, and no, I haven't. I'm starting to talk funny again. But I'm stoked because I actually got my hands on this material. I was able to buy with store credits and cash. I paid $10 for 3 of these from Ultimate Hobbies in Tustin. Look them up, give them a call. They're awesome. They do all sorts of things, bend backwards for their customers. And I paid $10 to get 3 of these shipped, and I could build. We are going to build another 3 rockets. But you know, guys, I've had 2 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours. I am starting to actually verbally sleepwalk and say some really interesting things. I hope I'm not channeling demons when I do that. So I just finished cutting and machining and sanding this. Let's go ahead and go with another section. I'm planning on using the entire 10-foot length of this blank, of this pipe. We're going to take ourselves a 10-foot tall rocket. How big is the motor going to be? Well, I haven't thought that far ahead yet, but it's going to be really exciting. I'm almost better shooting a 60-second short. I don't know. Did John Bond find himself forced to do that too? All right. Anyway, let's see. We're going to sand the end of this. Nope, not plugged in. Red light is off. That's good. I'm avowing myself to be at the theater in Costa Mesa by no later than 9 o'clock. So I'm kind of moving things along. I kept trying to do videos, and I found myself talking in my sleep, falling asleep, and giving really gibberish commentary, Piedmontese sayings, and just doing strange things. I was asleep, half asleep, and I was still talking. So I guess I'm committed to the cause. When you're asleep, you don't say the right things. I'm going to review the tapes, but I'm not going to show them to you. All right, so we're going to square sand the end of this. Cut it on. Be careful. Not my thing. Do as I say, not as I do. This is going to be a 3-section rocket, and I'm cutting it out of view of the camera because of censorship. I believe I need a censoring part, so I'm having too much fun. Just kidding. kind of funny to see that thing whipping around. Fly things alive. I think I'm doing a silent episode, so if I'm tired, I don't sleep talk. What's wrong with me, man? Wow, that was deep, jagged edge. Alright. There we go. Wow. There are a lot of interesting people walking around there. Here, let me plug this in. I'm going to get a three-way eventually, but I'll keep doing this. But yeah. Alright. So far, the inverter is working very, very well. I just learned the hard way, though. You have got to keep your car running. If you're going off the car battery's power to power up the inverter. Otherwise, even if the inverter shuts off in safe mode, because it senses battery voltage is going low, it still might affect the car in some way where something has to be reset or it won't start. So be careful. I'm going to put this guy down here. Kind of done with that, but we're going to need it one more time. Now, we'll go with the block sander. We're going to get rid of the print. We'll build that type of rocket. Some that advertises for another company, we don't do that. Just kidding. because I don't want to see print from the company that manufactures print from anybody else on my rocket. We control the visual and the aesthetic. We control it all. Therefore, it is ours, not somebody else's. It's a vehicle to use in your advertising. That's what we're compensating us for. Whew. Say that 10 times fast. And here we go. Does it all the time. Violation of law of the city. I'm gonna get a ticket. Alright, there you go. Okay, so we're done with that. We're actually done with both power tools for now. Now, hold on. I have a very couple of cars. You know, I need a second couple. What time is it? Oh my word. It's only 11 minutes and 49 seconds. Yeah, I'll have to get back to the same thing outside. So, what am I saying about it? Okay, so we got these two sections cut. And you know what comes next is the third section. But that's we don't have to cut it because we took stuff away from the created third section. This is going to be the base. You don't want to run a really short wheelbase or a short length on the base of the rocket. It's tightly put together. You know, rockets are. You want to make sure the large section is on the bottom where the rocket generates the most amount of force and thrusts the rocket through the air. The base is too small because you want a wide payload and electronic section. You're going to have stability and avionics issues. And something suddenly decides to go supersonic, then, you know, I don't know. I mean, the rocket can start acting and behaving differently, or maybe crash and, you know, cause some bodily harm or whatever. I don't know. So, but that's kind of my butt with that. So this is a really, really bad end. So these three sections are going to be used for the rocket. However, I'm thinking of just cutting this a little bit short because it is a little too long. Why don't you hold on? Let's do that too. And then after that, we're going to call it a night. I'm losing my light and I'm losing my mind. And I think I need some sleep. But then again, so much going on. At least somebody says that. I also believe in corded experience. My goodness, I had no idea what a corded revolution took place, and now I know. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright. Today's episode of Cut It Up. Don't cut it out. Don't cut it off. Cut it up. Here we go. This phone stand. It just can't stand on the phone. I can't stand that. What do you think? Oh, by the way, hit the like and the subscribe button. You know, if Google hadn't messed up and stored my information like I asked them to, every time I have to reset this phone because of a bug, I would have 2,500 subscribers right now. Maybe. I can add, but maybe it doesn't work that way. Or no, excuse me, 2,500 likes, or 2,500 people watching. I probably have about 10 subscribers. Anyway, long story. I don't want to cry, so I don't want to get into it. let's see how square this is. This is an awkward tool to work with. I like it, but if the camera's too long, it's too I'm not normally big used to, but 2 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours, you gotta expect some weirdness here. Okay. I want to see what time it is. And I have made a messy mess. And I'm going to turn off the vehicle, let everything cool down. In fact, I'm going to turn off everything. And let me turn off the engine too. I'll be right back. See, I'm losing my light. I tell you, I'm really thinking in summer, light would go, it's just fully quickly. Okay, so now I just want to show you something. I'm going to free the camera from its captive state. I'm going to show you how we're going to lay this bad boy out. Hold on just a second, okay? I'm going to get up and get my old frame up. Oh. We are going to turn the car off. Okay. Okay. All right, folks. Give me a second to lay this out on the ground. I'm really excited. I haven't got my hands on this this tubing in a very, very, very long time. I made a couple rockets out of it a long time ago, but the project kind of fizzled out. Really excited. We only got to refinish and sand 2 of the 3 sections in this rocket, but I want you to see this. Here we go. I'm going to make that section long. And I'm just going to kind of give you a rough idea of what it's going to look like, or the overall length, when we're done. By the way, I also wanted to show you the student number 1 rocket. I haven't forgotten about, I stepped on the thing. Mindless and clumsy. Student number 1 rocket, if you can see this, there you go. This is turning out in spades. I really love this project. It's turning out very well. The finishing is not 100% ace perfect, but I'm not going to be fussy given the fact that it's the first of its kind, and it's actually turning out reasonably okay. Now I'm going to take the camera off its stand. I kind of don't like this stand, but then again, camera stands don't like lots of vibration from gyrating tools. Can you see me? Okay, so here we go. I want to make sure you can see this. This is, that is student rocket number 1. See, it's turning out really well. I have to engineer a, hey guys, ooh, this is me. I have to engineer a, some type of method of fastening for the anchor spool, and I don't know what to do. I have an idea about the staple to go through the fuselage, but you know, I've got to be dead on, or I'll be putting a bunch of holes in the fuselage. I kind of don't like that idea, so I'll figure something else out. So we're kind of holding off or delaying on finishing this until I can figure that out. So it was my fault. I made a mistake in the sequence of construction. Look at that, you can't see anything but the sky. That is Lowe's behind me. But no, that's right, copyright infringement. But here you go. Nose cone, top section, middle payload section, and this is the booster section. I haven't installed the motor and motor system, the fins, the launch lug, or the nose cone on the top section. It's going to have 2 couplers there, so it's going to be a really neat rocket. It could actually qualify to be my level 2 rocket, level 2 certification rocket. So, you know, I just thought of that, so let's see what happens. We'll think about it. And am I holding, oh no, why is that on top like that? I'm holding the phone upside down. I cannot believe this. You know, folks, I'm 53 years old. The word is dementia. I'm actually starting to forget what I ate for breakfast. I'm starting to forget where I parked my car. I'm forgetting people's names. They say dementia sets on very early in life, and it goes full-blown right before you go to the nursing home and get taken care of by a Jamaican nurse named Bubba. So that's a stolen joke. And my hair looks weird too. Okay, so there you go. So that possibly is my level 2 certification right there. A much more modest and conservative effort that probably would be more acceptable than the other one I attempted that I cannibalized. Most of the parts of that silly thing are gone. So we got the that aircraft I was telling you about, but I don't want to show you that yet. And then we got our student number 1 rocket. Now, I just want to tell you, there's the rocket, the tall, thin rocket with the semi-clear, semi-opaque truncated section. I actually was able to fit a very, very small nose cone on it from a very small funnel. The problem is, I attached it to the side of the rocket. Well, before I fabricated the coupling, I just put it on the top. It got banged up, and that nose cone, and the section of fuselage tubing that it was attached to, it got pretty damaged up. The kind of damage that I can't repair, so I ended up throwing it out. Now I'm a little bit skeptical about that material, the main fuselage material for that smaller rocket. I mean, the rocket looks great, but I've been struggling for going on 4 years now with the issue of not just long axis train of structural design, which is one part attached to another leads to another, and how that contributes to the overall structural strength of the rocket. But I've also been struggling with material selection. So there are limits unless you want to spend wads of money on real aerospace material, or in my case, invent a brand new type of material, which requires a lot of hours, but it requires equipment. It requires machine work or machine shops and setup. I've got ideas on how to do things, but my ways of doing things, unless it becomes standardized, it's going to be very expensive. So you develop a technology, you have the patience to develop it, you make it a mainstay, everyday type of standardized procedure for a certain type of compound material for use in aerospace, and it becomes every day. Then it gets mass manufactured, and then from there the costs go down a little bit. But I just have a way of inventing stuff that's incredibly unique and extraordinary, but complex and expensive so we're trying to work. I say we, me, myself, and I'm still not making enough to afford the assistance of Ulysses Andradas. But a shout out to Ulysses Andradas. Hey dude, if you could stop drinking so much, I could use you more. Look me up. I am on Facebook, but I'm not sure I want to waste my time with that. Facebook is a great place for people to unify and get together. Honestly, goodness truth, it sucks up my time. But there you go. Again, student number 1 rocket. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and make this tall rocket my level 2 certification rocket. But because it's only level 2, it's not level 3, I can share it with the group. I want you guys to get enthusiastic about building your own rockets. Doing things the way I show you do them. We're not going to work on propellant for rocket motors yet. I've got to be honest with you. If I'm going to shoot episodes for that, and we're going to test rocket motors. The honest to goodness truth is, I don't have to move to another state to do that. There's Lucerne Dry Lake Bed, and there are a lot of other places. Placer City in California, northern San Diego County, the desert, the border between California and Mexico. But the motor testing, it's just one of those things. It's like, an open gun range for people who love the Second Amendment. A straight pride parade down the middle of North Hollywood. It's just one of those things that's it's going to generate a lot of social and legal controversy. So I want to be careful. So I'm just thinking of a practical way, possibly just drive out to Black Rock, Nevada, in between the showings of the Burning Man, because God forbid I interfere with that just gaudy, awful, ostentatious celebration that it does the same thing as the U.S. government takes natural resources and converts them into pure garbage. I hate that thing, and a lot of other people are complaining against it because it destroys the environment, harasses the kit foxes and the rest of the sparse wildlife that's there. I just don't know what human beings are thinking sometimes when they encroach upon the environment like that, but I'm no saint myself. So there we go. I love it. I love the way things are turning out. I'm going to take the zip ties and I'm going to zip tie the sections of this rocket together. There's not really much to be destroyed, so I think it'll be okay. But like I said, when I zip tied the really small diameter clear plastic, I bought it from Paragon. I'm a little disappointed only because the stuff's expensive. It's $20 for that little minuscule half-inch tube, 1/8 ball. And the stuff is not really flexible. It was brittle. And the area that it broke in, well, I kind of used a little bit of the cyanoacrylate. So maybe some of the gases got trapped from the cyanoacrylate. The problem with that is, so I can't, if I can't use cyanoacrylate, we together, we're going to have to come up with a solution, a substitute for cyanoacrylate, which is basically super glue, because the gas that gives off, it attacks the molecular structure of the plastic, makes it brittle. It cooks it. It cooks it not by by acidic vapors. Instead of raising the temperature, it causes it to decompose by the strong fumes and chemical reactions. Maybe it is cooking it. And you accelerate that effect using what's called, accelerator, Zap Kicker, which is available from my people at Ultimate Hobbies in Tustin. Those guys are awesome. They're the ones that special ordered the nose cones for me, the NC60s. I got 3. They said I was only getting 2 for $10. I got 3. Those guys are just too cool. You got to check them out. But they sell the accelerator, and the problem is I discovered the hard way. Number 1, you cannot use materials that are too light and too thin. Number 2, use accelerator on super glue. You generate cyanide gases very, very quickly. And I got to tell you, it's so accurate, it can just bowl you over a little amount. The other thing is, if you trap those gases inside a plastic container, guess what? That plastic, in very, very short order, is going to become even more brittle than glass. And I got to tell you, I had a real traumatic distaste for that accelerator. Now I apply the glue a lot more thinly, and I just wait for it to dry. I don't buy accelerator anymore because it's a convenience tool. I might get a little spray bottle for field launches if I have to do an emergency repair to get the rocket ready for another launch. But honest to goodness truth is, you're better off with epoxy or just going back on the rocket and thinking about, again, chain of the structural profile, choice of materials, choice of design, choice of adhesives, etc., and then thinking to yourself, where did I go wrong, but not in a negative way, thinking, where did I go wrong? How can I learn from my mistake? And how can I improve it? That's the engineering process. Actually, I'm hoping this show will be picked up by engineers, people who want to design, engineer, and build rockets, just like I do. Although I find designing, engineering, and building aircraft, wow, I look like Gary Busey if I do that. I find designing, engineering, and building rockets fun, but I find designing, engineering, building aircraft just a barrel of monkeys. The problem with aircraft is you can spend 40 years planning in advance for just one particular type of aircraft. You're still going to run into a myriad of problems. Aircraft are very, very, very difficult to design, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're just not going to succeed at it. I'm one of those rare people who can, but at the same time, I still make a lot of mistakes, and I've been building experimental aircraft for almost 23, almost 24 years, and I mess up left and right too. It's a multiplayer game. It's a multiplayer task. You got to get a lot of people involved. You can do it. You need someone like me as a quarterback, but the quarterback can't win the game by himself. He needs the rest of the players on the football team. So you need a technical support team, manufacturing, fabrication, machining, welding team for an aircraft. And it's a very, very big undertaking. It's a lot, and brand new concepts. People are so afraid of investing in stuff like that anymore that you're hardly not going to get any investors except the U.S. government in the form of a grant. Anyway, we're at the 31-minute mark. I've got plenty of things to do. I'm hungry. I've got to clean up here. I got a bunch of tools. I'm really happy with the way my new inverter setup worked. That inverter cost me $15. And the meter box next to it cost me $5. A nice person named Jennifer. She lives in Newport Dunes. Shout out to my friend Jennifer in Newport Dunes. The inverter's working out great. My name, let me get some more light. Wow, look at that. Here's more light. My name is Jason Wampler. This has been another episode of the Rocket Minute. I'm trying to make things, shake things up, and make things as entertaining as possible. Rocketry is not a dry subject, but, art for art's sake, rocketry for rocket's sake, I got my priorities straight, so everything else has to work around that. Thanks a lot. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. And we'll take it from there. I'm going to be filming 1.5-hour episodes every single day until I die. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.